biggest question when deciding where to go with a career is, do you want to work for yourself, start your own business, or do you want to work for someone else? You need to be self-motivated if you're going to be self-employed, and usually prepared to work lots of hours, nights and weekends. Most small businesses fail, but fewer small businesses fail if they're planned properly and are run by someone suited to that type of job.
Well, I think first they need to ask themselves why they want to get into small business. Are there any particular reasons why? They're sick of their current job, or they feel that they'd like to make a little bit more money or be their own employer. They've got to ask themselves what sort of skills they're going to bring, existing skills they're going to bring to a new career. They've got to ask themselves what particular area of small business, what sort of field or industry that they'd like to get into, and then they've got to ask themselves again why that particular industry. Then you've got to start looking at, okay, you've decided on an industry, you have certain skills, what other things do you need to do?
It is feasible to start a small business with relatively little financial investment, but only certain types of businesses can be started this way. If you do a proper business plan, it will become obvious whether you need extra resources or not.
Gaining a client can cost time and money, and then you've got to charge the client an appropriate fee to get that money, your time back, and petrol costs and whatever. You can't just reduce your costs all the time. You need to look at the proper costings, the proper hourly rate, the proper cost of production.
Because the owner, manager of a business is the main driving force behind that operation and is the major decision maker of that business, your personal characteristics and skills are going to be crucial in that business success. Now, if you're a person who doesn't like working with people, if you're a person who avoids taking responsibility, constantly prompting to do work, then don't start a business because you won't be suited to it. To actually succeed, you need to be offering something different to your competitors. So that's an area that you actually need to look at, how you can actually market your product or service differently to what your competitors are actually offering.
A lot of small businesses fail for a variety of different reasons. Generally, one, because they come into a business undercapitalised, they have no fallback position. Two, because they haven't researched the business that they're getting into sufficiently, and they don't have sufficient understanding of the market that they're trying to deal with, or they don't have sufficient skills to cope with the types of activities they're doing. These days you could be, for example, the best horticulturalist in the world and grow fantastic plants, but if you don't have any business skills or selling skills or know things about quality and occupational health and safety, then you can fail. Particularly with the changes to the new tax system, there's a lot of requirements on businesses for report keeping, and particularly the implementation of accounting systems, and it's very, very important that you have a variety of different skills, not just being a specialist in a particular type of industry.
I think one of the main reasons, and I'm an expert at this, one of the main reasons why small businesses fail is the lack of understanding of business procedure, the lack of people being able to ride through that initial couple of years where they're just making contacts and maintaining them, and it's a lot to do also with probably the lack of skill in certain business. They take on a certain business, they might have the actual skills to perform in that business, or that particular industry. There's some other reasons why small businesses fail. One is not marketing their product properly. There's a lot of skills in marketing. It's just not putting an ad in the local paper or an ad in the magazine and saying away we go. You've really got to sit down and get the marketing mix right, and that takes some skills, and in some cases that you might need to do a marketing course. Also, another thing is costings. People don't work out their money properly. They borrow money to begin a business, and they spend the majority of the business in the first 3 months without thinking about, what happens if I do have a lean month? How am I going to get through that lean month? Other aspects of small businesses, that the reason why they fail is that I think that planning is very important too. Have a business plan, so you know exactly how much your outlays are per month. You know how much supposedly is supposed to be coming in. You weigh up all the costs, and people need to put in a proper figure on their hourly rate or on what the product's worth, not just say, look, I'll have a special on this week and we'll reduce the cost of the product or reduce the cost of our services, and they find out that it's just not worth it. You've got to really look at your costings of the product or the service you're offering and get it right.
There are plenty of statistics around and plenty of people who will tell you that most small businesses fail. This is a fact. But actually, if you plan your small business properly and you do everything right, your chances of success are very, very high.